Hi, I'm Lucy Edwards, and we are at NYC Expo in Marriott Marquis, Times Square. Where else can we be? 2025. And my guest today, it's a very special guest, and it's Bernadette Brennan. Bernadette is the Executive Director of SERHANT Commercial, so that's quite a title and quite an honor to be part of a team that is so successful and growing so well and so fast. How are you?
I'm well, Lucy. Thank you for having me this morning.
And you have an incredible career. You came from a music industry. You are an artist, and now you are in a commercial real estate. And you would think it's completely different, but it's probably the same because you still work with people and you still have to be very creative.
Yeah, you're right about that. There is a lot of synergies between commercial and residential. And a big part of it, like you had said, is just being with the people and being responsible and working hard and getting creative. So it's very similar in that sense.
So how are you implementing your foundation? Your foundation with dealing with people, being creative, being out of the box, constantly reinventing the world. How do you apply it to your everyday life in commercial real estate?
Well, the way we've gotten so many listings is exactly that. We pitch on the fact that we don't just list a property, put it on CoStar, and hope that someone calls. We get creative every single day for every single one of our listings. There's not a week that goes by for one of our properties that we're not trying to think out of the box, do marketing, newsletters, open houses, brokers opens, events, bringing people like you in. There's a lot of activations that we do in our listings. We'll even do fun pop-ups. We've brought Netflix in. We've put our programs on television. Yesterday, I was at the New York Stock Exchange. I spoke about 6 of our properties. So really just being ahead and in front of the people and the public, in my opinion, is how we best serve the client.
And so you have a great team. How many team members do you have on your team currently? And how do you encourage them to be involved, engaged, to be excited and passionate just like you are? Because your passion is contagious. So how do you spread that contagious passion?
Thank you. Maybe I should have you come talk to the team. How do we do that? You know, we do try to keep them engaged, and there's 6 of them. We're growing, we're signing another 2, so we will be a team of 8 soon, which is fun. It is always a balance of keeping people motivated while trying to work on transacting, right? Because a lot of them are focusing on getting income. And if you're just focusing on the income, often it's hard to trade. So keeping that balance and trying to I really try hard to tell them not to just focus on bigger deals, but to really get in on the smaller things that are the day-to-day money makers. And even though they seem small, it'll help you learn your craft, make money, and be a better broker.
And what about like the AI? So today's theme is AI, artificial intelligence. How do you combine AI and your passion, your personality, your character?
Yeah, it's a tough blend. You really have to figure out how to not let AI be your personality and how to check it. So I work with one of our AI bots, building my own algorithm into it. So at this point, it knows kind of how I think, how I speak, how I like to be perceived by the public and by the consumer. But always checking, I think, is a big thing. People will put something into ChatGPT and then just put it out there. And you could tell sometimes there's so many adjectives, so many verbs. It's so wordy. If you know me, you know I'm to the point. So I work on editing some of that. You can also tell it prompts like, edit this down, make this shorter, more impactful.
More personal, more you.
Yeah, I like it as a good starting point, right? Because it will write a property description in a second. And then you play around with it and tweak it. And we're looking to now automate more social media campaigns with it, which I'm still learning about. But yeah, that's our next steps there.
And what is your advice to someone new who would like to be part of commercial real estate movement?
I would say you have to have a very strong work ethic. You have to be able to earn trust. You're going to say something?
Yeah, I think work ethics is important. And back to the basics. Pick up the phone.
Yeah, back to the basics. You know, a lot of the newer agents, they're not comfortable cold calling, but they also haven't yet earned the trust of their client. So in commercial real estate, you're dealing mostly with seasoned investors, and there's a trust factor that has to come into play. And often you just have to put in your time in the business. People don't like to hear that, but that's the reality. The reason I can speak to you right now and I don't have to rehearse and think and work, and it's because I have life experience. So you work and you get small wins along the way and you put them in your cap and you keep moving up the ladder. But I don't think just starting at the top of the ladder is really great for anyone. So I would say start small, be humble, and really have a good work ethic.
Well said. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you. All the best to you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
It was great.
Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.